Okay, I have to be honest. I am really proud of this two-person setup that I have come up with in my 2017 Dodge Grand Caravan Terra, my Terravan. If you're no stranger to the channel, welcome, by the way. I'm Heather from Heather's Hikes and Adventures. You know that most of my car camping is typically done solo. However, lately, I have been having the privilege of car camping with my daughter. So I needed to come up with a two-person setup really fast that was really functional, really inexpensive, and easy. So I racked my brain. I've done a couple of videos on kind of that whole thought process behind it, my shakedown trip, some of the tweaks that we've made. And I am pleased to say that I finally think I have a workable, functional, simple, and convenient car camping setup that is perfect for two full-sized humans. Take that with what you will for size comparisons. So whether that's a human, two dogs, one full-size human, two tiny humans, however your math works out. But this setup is a good one for two full-sized humans. So this is such a pretty big deviation from how I normally camp. I'm just going to reiterate again, I am very pleased with not only how functional this space turned out, but I feel like it still has kind of my typical cozy, homey, peaceful, relaxing aesthetic that I'm pretty proud of. So now we can dive right in. Real quick, I just want to talk cost before I start showing you things around. As you know, I'm no stranger to car camping, so I did already have everything pretty much that I needed. Really, my only investment was going to be a sleep setup that would work for two people. So, considering my background with all of my solo camping, I wasn't sure if I would make the right decision and still be able to incorporate most of my setup without having to make any kind of crazy mods or modifications to existing pieces that I use. I didn't want to have to get a bunch of new stuff, obviously. And I am happy to say that my only investment was a new mattress. Everything else is stuff that I had. So not only is this no build for two people, incredibly economical, functional, and convenient, simple, all the things that you would hope for, it is also still super cozy. I think it kind of goes with my normal vibe, and I am super happy to show you this cottagecore van tour. So I'm going to start with the front, and then I'm going to show you this beautiful living space around me. With this configuration, there actually is no trunk space to show you, but I have a solution for that too. So let's dive right in. You can see it's just a nice thin layer of netting on each side, and it goes all the way around the frame, which enables you to roll down the windows. And then with that combination of rain guards, even when it's raining, you can roll down the windows. But you can see it gives you pretty good coverage. And all I did was cut the length off the bottom to get it to be a custom fit. That leaves us with is the back hatch. So I grabbed these two little magnetic hooks and come on back. And then with literally one hand, I just reach through, pop that on, holds it right in place. You can see the excess just tucks nicely right on up there. And there you have it, that's it. Easy peasy. Show that the door goes down. Nice and closed. You've got a little bit sticking out there, but that way you already have it in place for the next morning if you need it to be. Alright, we are going to take a look inside, starting at the driver's seat. It's pretty boring and minimal up here. So I have my lumbar cushion and my seat cushion, which I'll sometimes move into the back if I'm going to be sitting up. Excuse the cat hair there. And then other than that, it's just a typical dash up here. I do keep a couple of solar lanterns there on the dash, and a couple of hair ties on my shifter knob. And then of course we can't forget Fred the plant in all his glory. I've got my phone stand for navigation. Just the normal stuff you keep up here. This is my little cord hub. I said cord hub. And this is my power inverter that I've shown several times that I just plug into my second 12 volt on the right side here. Excuse my poor filming. Let me get this water bottle out of the way. And then these are just my treasures. Like this is the sea bean I found at Anastasia State Park. This is a rainbow hematite that I believe I got in Casadega. My little good luck Buddha I've had for years. My favorite crystal. A clip just in case, you know, just little treasures, that kind of stuff. And this is also, I turned my other second cup holder into like a pen holder and little necessities for that I need constant access to, since this kind of blocks it, but this is so much handier. I can empty them and use as a cup holder if I need to, but it just holds what I need it to already. Before we talk about the other side over here, let's see what's in the door. So I keep my camera battery charger for my DSLR handy so that I can charge that back up when I'm photographing. I have my, sorry about the lighting, my bug screen, a couple of little mini bungees and spare cords, my little magnetic hooks for my hatch tent. Down here I have my digital tire gauge, some lens glass cleaner, some pepper spray, some hand sanitizer, a little mini toolkit, my magnetic curtain that goes with my screen, and just one of those charcoal dehumidifying bags. Keep in mind that I am returning from a camping trip and there's beach sand down here. I do have an umbrella and a couple of small bungees within easy access too. And now for the passenger side door. Keep nothing there. I have another one of those dehumidifying bags, a clamp in case I need to clamp a sheet to the picnic table at camp, windshield cleaner. I have a squeegee that I'll show you in a minute that goes with that, a spare set of screens just in case, and then this is the window screen and curtain for this door. I have a spare solar lantern, although to be honest I never use it, so I may end up just taking that out and finding a different home for something else there. Keep a couple of little extra carabiners and knick-knacks like that. And then when we are at camp and we don't have a passenger in the two-person setup up here is where I do my water storage, paper towels, cleaning wipes, stuff like that. I can also, any kind of grocery bags, extra clothes, shoes, anything like that will get stored here. I have my snack bag, which is my dry cooler bag, and then my little tiny Jackery 240, which is still super handy for charging up smaller devices. And we are now under the passenger seat, just like that. And I have some spare towels and my squeegee that goes with the windshield cleaner there under that seat. Now I have magically reappeared back on the driver's side to show you that this is where I stash my shower bag once we are at camp and I don't need my seat anymore. And again, dirty laundry, things like that will get stored here when they're at camp, trash, and then get disposed of properly once we are ready to move on. Currently looking underneath my driver's seat right now, I have a boot scraper with a pair of slip-on shoes, and then I'll normally have my camp sandals stashed under there as well. And I have my sunshade for the front screen, or for the front windshield right there, and some binoculars for bird watching. The words of the song that I don't know the name of by the artist, I'm not sure who sings it. Let's skip to the good part. All right, now that we've taken a look up at the front or cab of Terra, I'm going to show you the meat and potatoes, aka the fun part of the living space. As you can see, I already have the screen doors affixed, which, as I stated in my recent video on how to beat the bugs, I just have up here with little Velcro tabs permanently. It takes me about 30 seconds to just pop the Velcro up and affix it. And then when we're ready to take a look inside, take it down, it rips off that easy. So let's see what we're working with. When I do not have this in use at camp, I'll just tuck it right up here out of the way. It's not blocking any of the fridge vents, but I can still grab it if I need to. And that brings us to the first thing we see when we come in here in this space. Now keep in mind this is day mode or camp mode for my two-person setup, so we just have it as a sofa at the moment and a lot more living space. We have the fridge right here where it's easy access. In fact, from the driver's seat, when obviously I have all of this safely stowed when we're driving, so I can actually reach in and grab a drink out of the fridge if I need to right from the driver's seat, which I love. And for now we are rocking with the BougeRV 23 quart fridge in pretty pink, which I love. It so matches the vibe in here. I just pulled out some spinach and some mushrooms since I didn't want to bring the whole thing. Got my eggs, sausage, some fresh cut strawberries, my salad stuff, creamer. Oh, this stuff is so good. Some of my seltzer drinks, dressing, some leftovers to reheat, all kinds of good healthy stuff. And I just have a little Turkish towel over top of it for easy reach. And my pantry and coffee. Let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into those. So in my pantry, I just have some things such as gluten-free protein pancake mix, beans, rice, a few electrolytes, and then all of my seasonings. Moving over to arguably the most important bin in here, we have my coffee setup, which is my Aeropress, some coffee, and then I also have some electrolytes thrown in there. And in the back, oh, I need to wipe that down. There's dried coffee and grounds in there. I have my little milk frother, which I highly recommend getting if you do not already have one. Game changer. All right, now let's move along. Obviously, when this is in bed mode, I am not able to keep it here, but once the mattress is on, it's easy to just tuck right back there out of the way again. And it still does not impede the exit when you need to get in or out. Speaking of this, it's just a nice, squishable, movable hamper that's woven, and I keep, this is a neoprene bag with all of my extension cords. I have towels, bedding, my hammock, sheets, all that kind of stuff in there. Move in. Let's take a look at what we're working with. Again, I have this safely stowed when we're in drive mode, but at camp, I like to just put it up here, which is on top of my toilets that I normally use as just extra surface space, but we will go into that in a little bit. Whatever my main power station that I'm using for the time being will be up on top at camp to just kind of get it out of the way and make it easier to access. You can see I can just put any of my appliances or devices up there and just plug right in. I do have a variety of power stations. This is my main baby though, my power horse that I almost always have with me. It's almost always at least powering my fridge, and on short trips, I'll also use it to boil my water. Now for this setup over here, I have my sun hat hanging over the back, along with my camera sling, my headlamp for easy access at night, and some hooks that I can hang stuff on. I also have this handy little side store. Keep some spare wipes, And I'll usually keep my MiFi signal Wi-Fi booster thingy there, and some extra odds and ends in here. But we've already been over the rest of this space up here, so let's get back down to here. As you can see, I have a fan strategically clipped on this side and on this side. I do have a third fan, and I will use all three sometimes, and we'll use them in different places up here, just all around to kind of direct the airflow the way that it will be most comfortable at that time. Now let's talk about this. So here I just have one of my lovely little faux furs, and my main cutting board up here. It fits right in the divot of my storage totes underneath, so I can just use it as extra surface space. But underneath, we have my consolidated kitchen and garage and utilities. I just recently did a huge consolidation and downsizing from much more than this to start out with. So I'll be sure to link that video below for you to check out, because I am still very proud of myself over this. And I'll also give a complete tour in that video of what I keep in the kitchen bin and the utilities, but I'll give you a quick peek for now. Also realized I forgot to mention my fanny pack. She is super handy for walking around camp and needing to hold my phone, keys, those kind of odds and ends. But okay, now let's take a peek in my drawers, or my tubs. A few spare cutting boards up here. They also are good to put on picnic tables at camp as a buffer. And then in my kitchen tote, you can see we've got my Hot Logic, pot, utensils, plates, cups, silverware, you name it. That is also where I store my 300-watt travel kettle that I use to make my coffees, teas, etc. Now let me move this off so we can get to the garage tote. We're at it, you can see I have some spare cords, mini screwdrivers, some spare tent stakes, Velcro, a few odds and ends back there in case I need them. And in here we have my car jump starter, my insect and mosquito repellents, my tire inflator, some solar lights, work gloves, fire gloves, some bug nets, emergency lighting, that kind of thing. Basically, emergency or less used items and kitchen. And now we move on. I want to explain about my power setup because I do get asked a lot. I always keep the input plugged in. This is always powering my fridge, but as you can see, I have the input plugged over here, and that only works when my car engine is running. So anytime my car is running, it is charging this baby up, and anytime the engine is off, it stops charging. Back out of my way, you can kind of see the bed and couch mode a little bit better. I do use the pillows to store pajamas and clothing, so this will be my stuff. That'll be my daughter's pillow. This is Malcolm the mushroom, hanging out with Smokey. Flora decided to hang out inside with the other kitty cats for right now. But you can see it's definitely got good couch space for more than one person to sit on and relax. Closer look at the shelves. I do keep the WeatherTech window covers on the third row windows at all times. I have my LED chargeable lantern, a phone stand for watching TV at night, my little library, some fun lighting. I love these lights at night. I can't wait to show you evening mode. And then when we come over here, we've got my little mini singing bowl, another LED lantern, carbon monoxide detector and thermometer. And then this is my little USB light that I can turn on when I need a lot of light instead of just the ambient lighting. All right, so now that we've had a pretty thorough tour of the interior space when she's in lounge mode or day mode, I'm going to give you one last look around without me narrating the space so that you can get one final look. And the next time you see it, it will be in evening or sleep mode. And you'll see what a cozy space this is at night. It's a totally different vibe. So let's take one last look and then see what we do when we go from day to night mode. Before I pull the bed all the way into couch mode, I just wanted to point out that under the rugs, I have my puzzle mat cushion foam flooring, and then I have some layered yoga mats. And I keep my WeatherTech custom window shades just tucked under the bed so that I can pull them out right before I change the couch into a bed, which we're going to do right now. Let's see that magic happen. Voila. Welcome to evening mode. As you can see, the bed is huge. It is a full-size trifold mattress. This gives you an idea of the thickness of it there. And again, I've got it setting on the foam pads and the yoga mats. But you can see here there's still plenty of space when it's fully extended so that it's not up against the fridge or blocking any of the vents. Got my coffee set up ready to go in the morning. I can just pop my kettle right on that, plug it in, good to go. Now let's take a look at it from the back. All right, as you can see, we are all beds, so I just have some pillows up here, but I can lay back as far as I want. And then you can see there is plenty of room. Oops, oh no, Smokey, I hope you're okay. There's plenty of room for 1 or 2 full-size people. Again, it is a full-size bed. You can see with the ambient lighting there. Of course, normally I have that off at camp. But I've got my rechargeable flicker lantern going. My cute little mushroom light. My singing bowl set up and ready. And then I'll show you how bright that light is when it's on. Well, I'm reaching for the light. You can see I've got the fans that I can direct on each side, and I do have a third one. I'll usually hang them up here right before bed because I can direct it down onto me better that way. Let's climb on inside. Give you a little close-up real quick of the shelving areas. I have a reading light right there for my book when I'm laying down. And then on this side, we've got this lantern that's rechargeable with my flickering flame, my books, cup holder for a drink, can watch TV from there, or I can put my portable DVD player right up there and we can watch TV that way. Now that it's dark enough, I also wanted to show you, once I have my window covers in place, you can see that you cannot see in at all. Same thing with the back. But once you get to here, we've got all kinds of light going on. All right, now let me show you how bright this light is. So as you can see, it pretty much lights it up like a Christmas tree in here. Even without the window covers, with the dark tint even, you can still see just like a well-lit room. So much room for activities. So what did we think? Now that I've been able to show you day and night mode in this cozy, comfy space with no tools needed, hardly any added expense, and very little expertise, aka none. What do you think of the space? I personally think it's been a pretty functional space for myself and my daughter to go on some car camping adventures in. I'm definitely looking forward to going on many more, especially once the weather cools off a little bit. But overall, I just am thrilled with this space. I would say it accomplishes mostly what I set out for it to accomplish, with one minor or major flaw depending on your outlook. In this current iteration, I have no way to store any of my outdoor living space. So I can't bring my clam tent, I can't bring my outdoor camping table or chair, although I do need to get 2 chairs now that it's going to be my daughter and myself for a lot of these. And I really love that outdoor space. So that is something that is brewing and it's in the works. But I just wanted to point out the obvious, since I am not mentioning my living space for the exterior outside of the van when I'm at camp. That's why. I do have a couple of ideas and options that I'll be discussing in a future video, plus a really cool surprise that makes me think that Tara is basically a transformer and has all kinds of secrets that I'm still uncovering. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe and stay tuned for that one. But really, aside from exterior storage and not wanting to bring any outside stuff when it's all stormy and rainy into our basically living and bedroom areas, that is kind of the one shortcoming. But for now, we're doing mostly short trips anyways. And most of the sites we're staying at do have picnic tables and plenty of places for us to relax. So it hasn't been an issue, and I don't really foresee it being a big problem. But I would like to start using my outdoor stuff again. So hopefully that one little flaw will be fixed in the near future. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my first 2-person van tour here. My first 2-person setup in my Dodge Grand Caravan. Again, this is a really big deviation from how I'm used to camping, but I am loving it. I'm loving all of the things that are different about it. And as much fun as I have going solo, it is nice to know that I have a cozy, comfy space that can accommodate more than one person when I need to. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope maybe it provided a little inspiration to you if you've been racking your brains on an easy, affordable, functional space for 2 in a minivan. If you have any feedback or any tips or suggestions that could make it even better, I would love to know. And until then, I will see you on the next video. Bye for now, friends. Thanks for watching.